Can you please state your name and date of birth?
My name is Ronald Mark Booker Jr., and my date of birth is 10/24/1972. So I moved to Venice when I was 3, so 1975 to basically present. So I grew up in Oakwood, 5th in Indiana, 5th in Broadway area. Some of the earliest memories were of me watching my mom roller skate and do the stuff on the beach. And then I had like an open playground. Being able to just skate around, rode a skateboard, and I would watch my mom skate. And the community kind of raised me back then. I don't want to call it a fraternity, but being from Venice, I was from Venice, and it made me happy to know that I was a part of something that was bigger than me, like a community. Like, it wasn't like you could do something out of line and just do it. Like, you do something out of line, there was people in the community that would reel you back in and be like, you ain't doing that. But it was more like on the spot. Like, if you did something wrong or out of line, you were checked immediately by the community. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was my grandma that laid the foundation and was kind of like, to my mom, like, hey, you're gonna come here and you're gonna live here. So it was the culture that brought, I feel, looking back on it, was the culture and the free bird aspect of how we lived, how I've grown up here in Venice. It was really something special. I'd like to say that I was pretty, I don't want to say culturally diverse. That's one of the things that we notice now. Like, everyone's like, oh, these people are different and stuff. But like, if you grew up in Venice, in the era that I grew up in, like, broad spectrum. The rainbow was already the rainbow before it became popular. So I respected and appreciated everyone, so to speak. Being from Venice and growing up here as, like a degree, it's like a degree. It's like people go to college and schools of higher learning. Well, I learned here from the V, you know what I'm saying? So I think it helped me out. My daughter has it's about pushing forward. So with my daughter going to the same school that I went to, it's a different school now, right? It's a different school. And they're recognized at a higher level. She's an A student. I was an A student, but I was still a gang member. I still did things. So with regards to the generational investment, so to speak, it makes me feel comfortable. Because I work in a realm where they're like, how did you get here? Oh, my dad was this, or my brother was this, or whatever. So, for me, it's important that my daughter could say, hey, I went to the same school that my dad went to and my mom. But for the average person somewhere other than here, they wouldn't be able to. They could say that with conviction, like, well, big deal, big whoopee, But for me, being pushed out of this community, $1.2 million for a home at the bare minimum, I told my wife, like, man, how are we going to make this? She's like, we're just going to have to work harder. That made a lot of sense to me. Like, someone's like, I talk to people like, why would you live there? Why do you live in California? And it's the investment and the roots that I have here, and bringing my daughter up at a school that I went to means a lot to me. It might be small for the average person, but for people like us, Venetians, because that's what I consider myself, is indigenous. I'm indigenous to here. Grown up, born and raised, this is all I know. That liquor store that's right across the street, I used to go there, with my mom, you send me a note to get her provisions, you know? And I lived right here at the corner, like right on the corner of Pacific and Rose, and then everywhere in between. And here I am still to this day. So I travel a lot and I work with people from, you know, the continental US, right? And Venice is Venice. They're like, oh, you're from LA. I'm like, no, man, I'm from Venice, not from LA. I'm from Venice. Just a, small fraction, so, Venice is its own, I really make that hard line. Yeah. What keeps Venice, Venice is what I'm retaining off of that. And I think it's the indigenous people. You still have some indigenous folks, and they have an uncanny ability to cultivate relationships that relate back to our roots. That's why, I lock into my family that's from here and my friends that are from here. I agitate them and rock them every day, to spend time. And, I'm fortunate to have people that captured the culture, regardless of if it's like, a photo or an error or whatever. Like, I lock into that. I think that is what will keep Venice, Venice, because the folks that are coming here now buy into that. Although they want the grunge and because we've been multicultural. The whole duration of Venice has been phenomenal. We made LGBTQ, all that stuff was already active here. Like, we already embraced that culture, but like decades ago. And now it's like popular, but I think it's the people of this community and the legacy that keeps that. That's why Venice will always be Venice. You might have to pay a little extra. You might have to watch that person with the raggedy jeans on and know that you didn't actually skin your knee to get that, break in the continuity of your jeans, but you can respect it, And so I think that's what'll keep Venice, Venice the whole time. And we're attracted, or people are attracted to this culture, We used to be the ghetto by the beach, until someone recognized, like, oh, that's a ghetto. Well, we don't got that no more. There's no more people in Oakwood. When I was a kid, you had black and brown. That's the beauty of Venice, is that, not in a violent way, but if you cause some problems in Venice, when I grew up, you didn't know who you were getting. Could be a black dude, Mexican dude, white boy with a skateboard, like some dude in a wetsuit might even whoop that ass, But that was our culture, and I don't promote violence or any of that, but man, I sure love to go out and paddle out and someone could just look and be like, dang, you're indigenous, like if I could carry a patch or a sticker that said, hey, this guy went to every school here and he's indigenous to here, respect that culture, but now we got, it's different than that, we got people that have been here for 10, 15 years and like, I'm a local. I had a guy try and kick me out of the water. It's like, yeah, bodyboarders are over there. I'm like, whoa, dude, like, I surf. Surfing is the art of riding waves. I ride waves. Who are you to tell me why? I'm from here. It's like, wow. So being humble is the main thing. And that's why I try and, like I said, blend in like a tourist, man, and, get in where I fit in. But I guarantee you this much, I fit in here. I'm a part of this.